Hi, everyone. Welcome to Riddles in the Dark. I'm Tom Kukoza, your host. If this is the first time you're seeing the game or you haven't watched or played in a while, here's a quick review of the rules. I'm going to, in a little while, read a short story with a fantasy and mystery element to it. It's going to have a question at the end of it. That's the titled Riddle. You are going to answer that question along with the players here in the room. You're going to get clues to answer that question by asking me yes or no questions, which I'll answer honestly. Now, the players in the room are going to ask me those questions directly. You're going to type them into chat. Tony will read them out for you. We'll have 10 minutes to solve tonight's riddle, which is called Burning the Midnight Oil. Joham came home. He had been away all day working as a guard and had only stopped home for a change of clothes before heading to the tower to study deep into the night. He smiled when he crept into the house, trying to be quiet as to not wake up the little ones. There was a plate of dinner his wife left warming on the stove. That morning, his children woke up and assumed their father had left early for work. When they didn't see him that night, they began to worry. And when they didn't see him the next day, well, they began to cry. So the riddle. What happened to Joham? We'll have 10 minutes to figure that out.
What was the title one more time?
Burning the Midnight Oil.
And you said, okay, they saw him the next day?
When they woke up and they didn't see him, they began to worry. They assumed that he went to work.
Right.
Right, but when he didn't come home that night, they began to worry. And when they didn't see him the day after that,
Oh, okay.
then they began to cry.
Did he not return home of his own accord?
Did he not return home of his own accord? No.
Was someone or something preventing him from coming home?
No.
Was he home?
Yes.
Did it have something to do with his clothing?
No.
Was a spell cast on him?
Yes.
Did he cast the spell on himself?
Yes and no.
Was he studying magic?
Yes.
Was he possessed by something?
No.
Is he still alive?
Yes.
Is he invisible?
No.
Did it have to do with the food that he ate on the first night?
Yes and no.
Did he shrink himself down to really tiny?
No, he did not shrink himself down to really tiny.
Was he
That's a
present?
technical term, right? Really,
Really tiny.
really tiny. Not just a little tiny.
Did he cast itty bitty?
Teeny weedy.
Was he existing in the house on some type of other plane of existence?
No.
Did he shift into another form of existence?
I don't. No, I'm going to say no based on how I understand that question.
Did
No,
he
say no.
did he transmute himself in some way? Like, did he like turn himself
Like,
into
into gold? No.
Yeah, like dirt. Let's
no,
say.
No.
Was he invisible?
He was not invisible.
So he didn't turn himself into an inanimate object?
Did not turn himself into an inanimate object.
Did he turn himself into anything different than his original form?
Yes and no.
We said he was still in the house, right? So is he physically in the house?
Phone call is coming from the house.
Inside the house.
Yes. Inside the house.
Okay.
I have the questions coming in from the audience right now. McGinnis fam, what's going on? Was magic involved?
Yes.
Derek Luxon, did he go for a pack of cigarettes?
No.
What's his name again?
Joham.
Johan?
Ham, but whatever, yeah.
Johan. Douglas wants to know, Joham did what again?
My question is, what?
This question comes all the way from Alaska. What?
Broham, say what?
Johan say what?
Helpful.
So
Sorry.
So what did he do?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so Richard Weil was the plate of food eaten.
Yes, it was.
Brian, was the food on the stove eaten?
Yes.
Yes. McGinnis fam, is he still alive?
Yes.
Douglas, was he home only in spirit?
No.
Joshua, was he a wizard?
No, I'm going to say no.
McGinnis, did he make some sort of deal?
He did make some sort of deal.
Nick Lurkins, warning, holiday themed. Was he working a second job to save for Christmas?
No, he wasn't working a second job to save for Christmas.
Derek, did his wife curse him?
Yeah.
Nancy. Oh, good job, Derek.
Yeah.
Nancy, did the spell he cast go wrong?
Yes.
Joshua, was he existing in Santa's belly?
No.
Lauren,
Is it the red shirt? What? No.
Lauren, did he burn himself?
No.
This is your thing. Garrett, did his family know where he was?
No.
Some people missed the first part of the riddle, and they're asking for a second read.
Sure.
And Nick Lurkin's last one, was he working a second job?
No, he was not working a second job, and I'm going to do another read of the riddle. This is a good time to do it, 4 minutes in. Joe Ham came home. It's called Burning the Midnight Oil. Sorry. Burning the Midnight Oil. Joe Ham came home. He had been away all day working as a guard, and had only stopped home for a change of clothes before heading to the tower to study, deep into the night. He smiled when he crept into the house, trying to be quiet as to not wake up the little ones. There was a plate of dinner his wife left warming on the stove. That next morning, his children woke up. They assumed that their father had left early for work. When they didn't see him that night, they began to worry. And when they didn't see him the next day, they began to cry. So you just have to figure out what happened to him, which you've got some bits and pieces too, but you don't have it all together.
Okay, he came home just for a change of clothes.
He did.
Did he leave and go to the tower at that point?
He did.
So he left the house.
Oh.
Did he ever return? Did he return?
Yes.
Is he dead?
No.
Did the wife put something into his food that was not in everyone else's food?
Yes.
Was it poison?
No.
Was it magically...
She cursed him. We know she cursed him.
She did curse him.
Did she curse him with the food?
Yes. Food curse.
Did
Was it... God.
Did she curse him to become what he eats?
No.
Was it some type of affected oil that she put on the food?
It's irrelevant. What? Like I think you have what you need to know about the food.
Derek,
There's
was
no
his-
like extra secret stuff there.
Derek writes, was his wife suspecting him of cheating, so she cursed him, which caused a spell of protection to break down?
No.
McGinnis, is he held captive?
No.
Did his wife curse the food from Lauren?
Yes.
Douglas, is he now the family dog?
No. He's the Shaggy DA. No, he's. Sorry.
McGinnis, is he paralyzed?
No.
So there's an interesting piece of information, right? So we said that the wife cursed him, but we also know that his spell went wrong.
Yes.
Did something that happened when he went back to the tower that was relevant? Because he left his home and came back. He went home, ate, went to the tower to study, and came back. That is true.
Yes.
Did the spell go wrong at the tower?
Yes.
Is there a direct correlation between the food? Dang, Dan keeps beating me to the punch.
Who's that?
Tim Shanks.
Tim Shanks!
Did the
You know, I had a feeling that was Tim. I heard that in his voice.
Shanks' voice.
So sorry.
did the spell practice react badly with the food?
Yes.
So
Yes.
all right, that was actually my next question. So
Yeah.
was
Yes.
the wife cursing the food affected his spell casting,
Yes.
and that caused his spell to go awry.
Yes.
But he returned home after he cast the spell.
Yes.
Was he still visible, I guess you could say, like when he returned home?
Yes. It was still visible.
Is necromancy involved?
No.
From Joshua.
Yeah, Brooke.
Was he recognizable, not only visible, to his children and family?
No.
Garrett wants to know something similar. Is his physical appearance changed?
Yes.
Okay.
Does he look like someone that the kids know?
No.
Do the kids, not knowing that it's their father, do the kids know that there's someone else in the house?
No.
So the thing that he changed into,
Mm-hmm.
they can't see.
No, I wouldn't say that.
They can see it. They're not recognizing
Wait,
him
you wouldn't
it as
say
his
that?
father.
Yes, that's
That.
true. I wouldn't say what he said.
So what Brooke said. So they can see what he turned into, but they don't recognize that it's their father.
Yes, they could see what
Right.
he turned
Yeah.
into. They do not recognize that that is their father.
Did he turn into an animal?
Yes.
Did he turn to a fly?
No.
Derek wants to know, is he stuck in a time loop and the children's crying is them leaving the loop once it resets for the husband?
Jeez, no, man.
So he turned into an animal when he cast his
Did
spell,
they?
and he
I have a
returned
question.
home.
Did they kill the animal and then realize that it was him, and that's why they were crying at the end?
Oh no.
No.
Oh dear.
Oh,
no.
He's still alive.
He's still alive.
Sorry.
All right.
Genius.
I want to. So
Is the animal relevant?
no, I was gonna say you've got it.
Oh,
like
okay.
I was gonna
That's
say.
pretty much
Oh.
You got it.
I have a couple of questions.
really
Yeah, let's see if
dark,
we can pinpoint any more to it. We will.
And then, and then all this terrible stuff happened. Oh, sorry.
What are the other questions?
Then they take his hide and make.
Nancy wants to know, is he invisible?
He's not invisible.
Nick asks the same question.
Still not
Douglas-
invisible.
Still not invisible. What about now? Douglas, did he turn into the person with whom he was cheating?
He was not cheating.
Nick Lurk, is he animal or bug?
The animal is a bug. Yeah.
Brian, did he look like a burn victim?
No.
Charles, did he not look like a half orc? Shame on you.
Oh Lord.
Derek, did he become their mom?
No. Well, that's not a no. I take it back. But no, he didn't change places with the mom.
Kevin Kelly, new name. Welcome to stream, Kevin. Did the spell
Kevin.
Did the spell he cast put him into a different time?
No.
Oni, was he turned into a mouse?
Nope.
And
That's close.
I think that is it.
All right. So you don't need to know what animal he turned into. You guys got it. I'm going to give you all an A+. You got it plenty of time. Right. Just for, I guess,
Finally.
literary purposes' sakes, I made him turn into a cockroach as in the novel Metamorphosis. But basically, you got everything, right? He was studying to be a wizard. His wife, very upset
The
that he's
wizard
spending so
Harry.
much. He's a wizard. Anyway, that he's spending so much time out of the house. Put what she thought would be a fitting curse on the food. Nothing to harm him too much, but just to let him know that there are other things that are important besides his own. Oh, sorry, but that's the timer. I didn't realize that was on. Anyway,
Turkey's done.
yeah. Unfortunately, the spells that he was learning at the tower reacted poorly with the curse that was placed upon him, changing him into the form of a roach. So while he made his way back home, he was not in any condition to interact with his family, and he was actually afraid that he would be stepped on, so he was hiding in the walls. Luckily for him, after he calmed down for a few days, he was able to make his way back to the tower and somehow get one of the wizards to reverse the spell. So it was a nice happy ending.
Happy ending. I like that.
Try it every once in a while.
Cockroach.
All right, guys, great job, everybody.
Man.
I hope you enjoyed playing. I enjoyed the fact that you guys got that one, which means next week is going to be much harder. But that's it. Without further delay, let us play Iron Kingdom.